Hello there everyone, welcome to this short tutorial video about EV3 Robotics. You're going to need to get the software to download to your computer, either Windows or Mac, and that'll be in the description link below or provided to you by a teacher. But most of this video will be about Mac, but it certainly exists for PCs as well. After you install it, there will be an application that you have to drag into the menu, and it'll pop on down to your status bar as well. And then you'll go through these introductory slides. You can just look at them quickly and then click the right arrow, and you can just see some of the capabilities of the software on your computer. Now note, you might need to have a USB adapter for your Mac, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So click Start once you get to this screen. And then this is the home screen, and usually you'll be clicking on the unit plans bottom left there, and then you'll be clicking on the robot trainer top left, and then you'll be going through the exercises, the activities. The first one's moves and turns, so you'll be doing that, and it takes about 45 minutes. This is the first screen for moves and turns. You can see the blocks on the left that you drag and drop. And then on the right, there's the guidance slides. You just click forward. But look at the build button too. You need to build your robot base first. But there's an example of some coding. It's not that complicated. It'll take a bit of getting used to though. So you'll just go through and build this robot, and the instructions are quite clear. Now let's talk about your kits. There's a typical kit from ISB, and this is ISB number 1. Everything's labeled ISB 1. And when you open it up, it's generally very nicely organized. I need you to keep it organized. That's really important. There's some of the main pieces. Note they're all labeled ISB 1. And there's the main unit there, main computer unit. It plugs in to charge right here at this back port. You can see the plug. And then that way you can make sure there's enough charge. And then there's also a PC connection there for your computer. Bluetooth doesn't work very well, so this is what I use. And then there's the USB connection to your actual computer laptop. And again, you might need an adapter. There's the adapter. Works very well that way. It's a bit of a hassle with the wire, but Bluetooth doesn't work well. These are the main components. There's different sensors and motors. We'll get into that later, but the big motor's on the right. Okay, so when you first get your base unit, just to start it up, you push this center button and you hold it for maybe 1 second, 2 seconds. And as you can see, now it has the lights and the screen's telling you it's starting. Hi everybody. So when you start up your robotic base, your main CPU unit for robotics, it'll usually default to the screen here, and usually the black highlighted project 9, for example, name is the one that you just uploaded, and then you would push enter or this center square button to run it. And you can go back with this button over here in the top left. It's like the back button. So, and then of course you can navigate through the different menus that they have here. There's not too much you need to worry about. The Bluetooth menu is here. I have mine turned off because it really doesn't work well. It's not dependable, and it's probably just taking up time or taking up energy from my battery, so I have it off. And for volume, you could maybe adjust that a little bit, but not too loud. But for the most part, you're just going to be accessing the files that you downloaded and created on the computer right here, okay? So, and then to run it, you just push the center button and it runs it, and it looks like that. So here's a robot I built about a month ago, and just a few simple things about the outside of the main unit. On the left side, there's not too much to pay attention to there, except of course you can connect with the USB port here, so that's important. And then on the back, you've got your A, B, C, D indicators here for the wires. These are for motors, okay? Just for motors. And by the way, when you connect with these connecting wires, make sure you hear the snap when you connect it. Don't just push it in and most of the way and think it's good. Actually push it in for the snap. Okay? Listen for that snap. Then on the other side, not A, B, C, D, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they also have the connecting wires, the connecting cables. Again, listen for that snap when you connect them. They're for your sensors. Like in this case, there's a color sensor that's connected. You can't see it, but it's wrapped around with the cable. And there's an ultrasonic sensor. There's a tilt, like a gyroscope sensor. So these numbered ones on the other side, they're for sensors. To turning it off, it's very easy. You just use that back button up here, top left, push, hold. It'll give you a power screen, on or off. You want it to go off. So you go over to the check button using the left, right buttons here. And then to select the check button to turn it off, you push the center one. And now it's shutting down. All right, so now a few tips here that I want to pass on to you. Tip number one when working with robotics and with technology in general is patience. Have some patience. Try again. When a program doesn't work, you've got a number of options. You can search on YouTube, there's a lot of good tutorial videos there. You can ask a peer. You can take it back a step, like simplify the program. Maybe you just implemented a couple of new blocks and all of a sudden it doesn't work. Well, take those blocks out or one of those blocks out and see if you can simplify it to find out exactly what the problem is. This is part of troubleshooting in technology. It's isolating the problem and figuring out, okay, so there's probably a little mistake somewhere. Let's figure that out. Sometimes maybe the cable's not in correctly, maybe the cable's in the wrong port. Um, so you've got to be pretty flexible and patient as you're trying to figure out what it is that the issues are. And of course, your teachers are around to help too, but sometimes your teachers are kind of busy, so I'm trying to help you a little bit with some general tips that might help you out as you embark on your EV3 robotics journey. So that's about it for now. Hopefully you've got your software set up and you are a little bit comfortable with what's in the kit. You're going to have to go to the home page of the app for robotics and do your build to build the basic robot first. And then you'll be able to go into that first lesson of moves and turns, okay, under Robot Trainer. So have a lot of fun. Make sure that you are, sharing responsibilities if you're working with a partner. And happy learning. Hope this video helped. Thanks for watching.